What's going on, Drinking Boys? Brand new podcast coming right at you. But before we get into this week's episode, you know what we gotta do first. We gotta talk about those things that generate a little revenue for the show. First and foremost, we are brought to you by the Patreon at patreon.com/MattSlayer, home to the ad-free audio, the exclusive video versions, and just supports the show. So check that out today at patreon.com/MattSlayer, and you can support the show for as little as $3 a month. We are also brought to you this week by our merch store at anwd.net/merch. We have art prints, we have shirts. Cover your shame in my wares at anwd.net/merch. Last but not least, the easiest way you can support the show is twofold. Spread the word. Share social media posts. Just let people know about the show. And go to youtube.com/andnowwedrink and subscribe. Feed the algorithm. That's it. Pretty painless. Costs you absolutely nothing and supports the hell out of this show. And once again, if you're sick of hearing ads, join the Patreon. Let's get on with it. My guest this week is adult performer Jessica Ryan. It was great having Jessica on. I've been trying to get on the show for years now. And we talk about the evils of social media, the difference between being your professional self on social media and the real person, some scummy contracts. It really devolves into street meat by the end of it. But sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy, drinking buddies.
When aliens come to take over, they look at us like we're out of our minds now. We're gonna galactic makeover, and now we're thinking that they just might be right. I cannot wait for this whole world to end. I'm gonna break out the bottle with my friends. I think they'll tell the best stories when we're gone. And now we drink.
How the hell are you?
Oh, it's all relative. I am fabulous. I have spent the day designing a header to confirm how millennial I am.
I mean, if you're truly going with the theme, the barcode should actually be scannable to like go
I
somewhere.
don't know if it's scannable. So it's like a font. I don't know if you've ever used a font. I was like going through things looking for simple, but it just came across and I'm like, I love it. So I have to test it out. What would I use to scan it? Because it's very specific per letter. It might be scannable. Like it does per letter and per number. That might be how scanners work.
I don't know. I mean, you could always...
Do you have a scanner? Like we can scan it. Why don't you have a scanner?
Because I wasn't prepared.
How dare you? How did you not know? Okay, in reference, I don't know if you can fucking see it. But so that's me working on my header. I'm in a particular kind of mood where I guess like my industrial goth is like just kind of coming through me. And like it just is a thing. So that is how my header is going to portray. To be fair, what did you listen to when you were a kid?
Metal.
Same. Holy shit. Like, I listened to Primus when I was a child.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what kind of child listens to fucking Primus?
Well, it depends how old of a child were you?
I was little. I was, like, in elementary school and, like, still watching fucking, like, Reading Rainbow.
So you obviously weren't being exposed to Beavis and Butthead at that point.
No, I was. Totally.
So, well, that would make sense why you're listening to Primus then. Yeah.
Maybe.
I am certain Beavis and Butthead.
Introduced me to these things.
Yeah, they...
Beavis and Butthead was my gateway.
I'm sure they watched the video from My Name is Mud at least once.
Have you tried watching the new, like, I haven't seen the new fucking show, which they have some weird fucking, like, new title to it. I guess probably some copyright bullshit. But the movie that they did, I watched it, and it was exactly like what you would expect from Beavis and Butthead. And it was, I could not wait for it to finish.
That bad?
I'm not 10 years old anymore.
You're not?
No, like shocking.
I know. You'd be committing a lot of crimes if you were 10 years old. A lot of crimes.
Don't make me laugh that loud in the fucking mic.
Oh my God. Don't make you laugh on the comedy show. My bad.
Is this a comedy show?
Technically, yeah.
Can we make it dark comedy?
Oh, you obviously haven't listened to this much.
I haven't. Okay, like I told you. I'm sorry, Matt.
It's okay.
I normally do so much more research prior. We only interact with each other on Twitter, and I've known you for how fucking long?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Well,
Like you're just around the corner from me.
Oh, way to dox us both. Way to dox us both.
You're welcome. People know I live in Hollywood.
They know I live in Hollywood too.
See, but where? I like to go to the gym with all the gays. They are such delicious eye candy. Like I wish that straight men were gay men. Gay men were straight men, or I was a gay man. I don't know. I might become more of a lesbian. I'm tired of men too.
It reminds me of do you know the Bloodhound Gang?
Yes.
It reminds me of their old school song, I Wish I Was Queer So I Could Get Chicks.
Oh, you know what? I'm so bad about like actually like hooking up with women or like dating. So I'm a demisexual. I don't just fuck people, which really confuses the shit out of everybody.
Right.
They're like, but you do porn. I'm like, but I'm also an exhibitionist. And I get paid for it.
Action stars don't murder people in real life.
Yeah. I don't think they murder people like in fake life either.
Well, but
it's just portrayed that way.
Right, exactly.
But I actually do fuck people on camera.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you know this, Matt.
God.
I fuck people on camera.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Jessica Ryan, you fuck people on camera. Oh my God.
Camera.
Oh my. Yeah, but
did you know that it's not a prerequisite to do porn anymore to actually like enjoy sex?
Yeah, seeing as I've never done porn and I enjoy sex.
I have worked with so many fucking people. Like, I have been lucky lately. I have been very lucky lately that, like, you know, there are like performers that actually enjoy women. But like, it goes for like men and women. There are like some guys where they just like hate women and they do crazy things where like, whoa, maybe you should like fuck women if this is how you feel about them. And then there are women that it's like, it's okay. I don't have to actually come on camera. And like, this is just about like, you know, selling it. And I'm like, bitch, you just told me how much work I'm going to have.
Well, at least they understand that they have to sell it.
Why do you get to have me on a super spicy mode today? Where
Perfect.
I'm going to be bitching about everything.
Perfect.
You know, the good thing is that I like telling people how I feel, which is actually, so I am a smart person. I am intelligent, but I'm a fucking idiot.
Don't you hate that, though?
I'm a fucking idiot because I'm too fucking honest. Like, and like, trust me, it causes all sorts of problems because I'm honest. Like, fuck. And I don't know what honest is, but honest.
That's fucking honest. It's a
fucking honest. That is a combination of fucking and honest.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to
I
you.
made this too much. Hang on. Cheers. You get me in a super spicy mode today.
Good. It's a talk show. It's supposed to be entertaining. You being spicy, entertaining.
Just more opportunity to put my foot in my mouth and just tell how many people I hate them.
Hey, as long as you don't tell me you hate me by the end of this, we'll be okay. And even if you do, it's fine. I'll still air it.
So far, I don't hate you.
Well, good.
And I think that all of our interactions that we've had, I don't hate you.
You're like, I think.
I think people do shit all the time where I'm like, whoa, okay. But it's, again, like glass houses should not throw rocks, right?
For sure.
Like, I know I can be a dipshit.
Well, everyone can. It's part of the...
Everybody can be a dipshit. It's whether or not you can admit it.
Right. It's about ownership, about being a dipshit.
You've given me too much tequila, sir.
No, you have given yourself too much tequila. I handed you a sealed bottle. It has magically become unsealed and poured into your glass by your hand.
It's really funny. That's really not a lot of tequila.
It's not. But we are 10 minutes into the show.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know.
Hold the bottle up to the camera and prove.
I know. This is like the perfect end to my day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is actually, I was like, I am going to make this thing happen. I was in the depths of making my Millennial header for my website. It's so 2000s. Fuck, it's so 2000s. My music playlist had been so 2000s lately too. I don't know why my angst is coming out this way. It just is.
What have you been listening to?
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm an industrial kid. Like, I started off with like grunge and like weird shit like Primus, but I'm an industrial kid. Like, I don't know, like Ministry. I like metal.
Well, Ministry. Who else?
I have so many. It's like looking up phone numbers. You can't like remember all of them. I have to be like, oh yes, I've been streaming this person and I've been streaming that person. I have playlists that I've been making.
Fun Ministry story for you.
Okay, tell me.
So I got to see them on what was supposed to be their last world tour like 15 years ago.
Oh my god. But bands always make comebacks and like do their fucking what do they call them?
Revival or
Is it revival or is it like I don't know. Is that what they call it?
sure, a reunion tour.
A reunion, yes.
But
A Lacuna Coil.
nice.
I'm not gonna like say the things while you're saying something. I'm not going to allow my ADHD to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and I'm meeting this girl in the pit. And we're talking.
Are you a mosh pit goer?
In those days, definitely.
Oh no, I can't. No.
I'm much larger than you.
Yeah, no, but like I don't know, like it's the same vein. Like no offense, because I have plenty of friends. It's the same vein as being a cutter. Like there's a degree of masochism that makes sense, and then there's the other degree, which is like you're gonna fuck your shit up a little bit, and like it's just a little aggressive.
Yeah, but this is a point in my life where like, I was in my mid-20s. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm still immortal. Whatever. Like, I'll walk this shit off.
Mm-hmm.
But I meet this girl in the pit, and like we end up talking, and I convinced her and her friends to go to a bar after the show with a buddy of mine. I'm burping into the mic, which is
Hangover and more alcohol is like a thing.
It is. It is a thing that's happening right now.
It is. You can burp. You can like audibly burp, and then people understand why you're like not saying something in that moment. Then it makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
just belch.
Well, meet up with these girls at the bar, and the girl I was talking to just happened to mention that she knew Aaron Rossi, who was the drummer for Ministry at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I get up, go to the bathroom at the bar, and when I come back, Aaron Rossi is sitting in my seat.
Okay.
Like,
Is
cool.
this a magic trick?
Sadly, no. Well, yeah, it is how to get a girl to disappear.
Oh.
Like, oh, I just got cock-blocked by the drummer Ministry. I just can't compete here. Good game, sir.
What are you talking about? Fuck that shit.
They had a previously established relationship. He was there just to see her.
Oh, okay. But like then like maybe they got some weird shit and like you could be the guy that's not a douchebag. I don't know if he's a douchebag. I don't know these things, but I know drummers.
So what you're saying is statistically he might...
like I was going to be the very first instrument that I was going to play in band was going to be drums. I think it's conducive to people with ADHD. I remember then my very nice Mr. Rogers like teacher, also very old and naturally misogynistic, was like, drums aren't for girls. You should play a flute. So I went with a tuba. Then I like went to baritone and then I went to trombone. But like, yeah, I was deterred from drums and I think I would have done so much better with drums. Just, yeah. So drummers, they're ADHD and there are like many other aspects that go along with that.
But as someone who tried to be a drummer at one point,
okay,
you still have to maintain, like, it's ADHD, but you still have to maintain rhythm with...
It's dopamine. So, like, ADHD is that you're dopamine deficient. So you have to find your dopamine within the thing that you're doing. And that's why, like, there are always, like, unfinished tasks. But, like, if you think about, like, the simplicity of, like, did you get it right? Like, is it, like, are you nailing it? Like, those little dopamine triggers, like, can totally drive an ADHD person. And it's a lot of adrenaline to get you going.
I was never able to get it right. I took lessons for years and just never, ever.
That's okay.
It's okay. I'm not a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a musician.
All right. So he took your spot. He cock blocked you. And where are we going with this? I still think I don't know.
And this was pretty much the end of it. It was just like, oh, good to meet you, man. And I just skedaddled.
I like men are just so frustrating.
Why are we frustrating?
Just because, like, I don't know, like it's like, well, I suppose women do the same thing, like where, like, it's the confidence aspect of things. Like, if you just kind of came back in and did your own thing, and you're like, hey, it's nice to meet you.
Well, I did introduce myself. I didn't just like completely run.
Okay, solid. But like, I don't know, maybe she was like more into you than her like old piece of meat that like.
Oh no, I could tell that.
Tongues down the throat.
Well, just the body language and.
Okay. I mean, solid choice.
Yeah. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to interject myself into this shit when she is obviously digging him.
I guess I don't usually have this
You don't get cockblocked.
I'm a unicorn. I've always been a fucking unicorn.
Like, I don't get cocked by drummers from big bands.
No, I get brought in. So I will admit my exception.
These things happen. And it's also why people pay to see you, fuck on film, as I've been led to believe.
What?
I know.
Where did you find these things?
You told me, like, less than 10 minutes ago.
Liar.
I can play back the tape.
I like that I'm drinking the soda water. I have to pace myself a little bit.
However you want to do it.
I like that you brought the drinks to the table, and like I was naturally my natural place to like put a drink. It's like a guitar. I'm not gonna do it. It sounded really pretty. My natural place to make a drink is more in the kitchen, so I was very confused that you brought everything out here.
Well, it's so we don't have to stop the show for refills.
But like, valid.
Much like what you do on film, people are supposed to consume and enjoy this. I know.
All right, tell me something about yourself.
What do you want to know?
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Oh man, Aquarius. My brother's an Aquarius. That makes sense.
Why does that make sense?
I don't know. I could not give you a very concise statement to deliver that to you, but I would say a particular vibe. It's going to come off a little hippie because otherwise it'll be very fucking lengthy. And that drives my Virgo a little bit crazy.
Fair enough.
So we're just going to let it be that.
Okay.
Moving on. Okay. What band did you listen to when you were a child? Like around like, I don't know, like the formative years, like before, like, I don't know, like say like when you were aware of the music you were listening to.
So it's a really weird transition for me. I used to listen to, in middle school, hardcore gangster rap.
Okay, tell me.
Like I was,
Ooh.
let's see, Spice One.
Okay, this is before me. Spice One. I don't know who that is.
Spice One, Dre's The Chronic. Easy
Okay.
E.
Did you grow up in LA?
Chicago.
Okay.
And I grew up in a suburb directly north of Chicago. And I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. Like
Okay.
I was in my elementary school, I was one of two white boys in the graduating class.
I love it. My middle school, I did a magnet school. So I was like with like a bunch of like Hispanic kids. So like there's a solid period of time in my life where I went towards the land of reggaeton. Plus 18 years old and going down to Mexico because I was that child.
I want to hear these stories.
All right. Well, you're going to have to ask questions because
I
the
will.
things like, I mean,
Don't worry.
you just talk and that would be silly.
Why is that silly? It's a talk show.
Ask questions.
I will. It's a conversation. I'll have them. But yeah, I'm answering your question first.
Do it. I'm sorry. I stepped up on that.
I'm trying, Jess. I'm trying. So, I'm really into hip hop. Like, in middle school, I had a shaved head, wore a starter jacket.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what's the starter jacket?
It was like a Bulls.
Like a basketball jacket?
Like, starter made like sports apparel jackets and stuff.
Did you know? Funny story about me with basketball. My uncle loved basketball. He was a basketball player. So he would listen or watch basketball like around the time that it was my nap time. And so, and like the sound of the dribbling and like the crowd and everything. It's like Pavlov's dog. I have to take a nap if I am listening to the sounds of basketball. It's just hypnotic where
the sounds of the shoes
and the shoes, the squeaks. Like I just have to fucking fall asleep. I haven't watched basketball in a very long time, but I suspect that it might happen. All right, so basketball.
Yeah, I wore a Chicago
starter. Was it like Chicago Bulls?
Oh yeah,
because Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan was the shit.
Yeah, like that's what like a starter jacket looks like.
Okay, so like the windbreaker shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There's this vintage shop near me where they have all of these windbreaker outfits. I want to buy them all because there's something that like just triggers in my brain, and I feel like these bitches know it. Like I want to have some windbreakers. I also don't like the wind.
I don't think anyone really does unless you're a windmill.
There are people that say they like the wind because I think that they're fucking insane.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of people that like weird things.
I mean, I'm not. Don't throw rocks in a glass house. I like a lot of weird things.
There's nothing wrong with it, but
You know, but wind is like just insane.
but dialing it back a little bit.
All right, starter jacket.
And then I think shortly before high school, no, it may have been 8th grade. I heard Slayer's fucking Divine Intervention was coming out.
Okay.
So
I
this
don't. Slayer is something that I'm acquiring into my palette.
Okay.
There's like a metal and like rock that just like sounds like old people music to me. Like, and I actually clash. I have one of my really good friends. He has a metal band, and it's like I'm like a new metal kid, and I am acquiring the taste
For old trash.
for metal because like it's like my brain is like old people music, and I'm like, no. So please go on. I digress.
So yeah, Divine Intervention
Down
was,
Slayer.
yeah, Divine Intervention was coming out in '94, and Slayer was on Headbangers Ball, and they played a lot of their discography,
Mhm.
and I just was like, this, and
I want to hear some of it. Like Slayer is not a familiarity for me. I've only been able to dive into certain things. I need to put lip gloss on. Excuse me.
no worries. Don't worry. I will happily expose you to some of it when we're off
I'm
air.
into it. Expose me. What are you exposing me to, Matt?
Metal.
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 No, I love metal. Like I wish that it was easier on YouTube as I speak away from the mic and make the sound even more difficult. I'm trying to find my lip gloss. I know I brought it. I have a tiny bag. Excuse me. Hang on. Hold the thought.
Well, I'll just keep
Hold
talking.
the thought.
I was just going to keep talking about
I
the
wanted
musical.
to do history of metal on YouTube, but like because of music and the way like monetization works, like granted, I don't have to like make money off of like something that which I would play music and like go on a history tour, but I think it might fuck with the traffic on your actual channel if you do something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. Like the algorithm's weird.
It's so weird. You got to do things that constantly like stimulate the algorithm, and I'm like, would people just be like super into the fact that you're doing the history of metal and it doesn't matter? Like, I don't know. Like, I fucking hate social media.
Such a necessary evil, though.
Is it though? Like, I feel like it's like it like the people that play it really well are such attention whores. And I don't necessarily love them as creators. Like there's playing the game because you have to play the game. But then like the people within like get played by the game and then it just turns into this land of bullshit.
Well, it is a lot of bullshit, but how else would you market yourself without it?
I don't know.
Besides doing podcasts like this.
Right, but you still have to play to the fucking algorithm.
Oh, I 100% do.
Uh,
I occasionally, because I get so much more traffic from posting short clips than I do for the full episodes on YouTube.
oh really? That's so stupid.
It's just how it works.
Like tiny attention spans.
And I get people occasionally commenting like, how is this even relevant? I'm like, because it got you to click on it. Yes, this 10-second clip makes no sense out of context. But guess what? It got 5,000 views.
You do it on YouTube like that?
Mhm.
No, that's intriguing. I should have done my fucking research prior. I just functioned under the nature of having known you for so long.
I know, and it's a shame that it's taken this long for me to get you on air.
You know, I have been a difficult creature forever to be like, present. I like not being around people. I'll be honest. I try to like I when in my 20s, like when we like started to try to do podcast, it was just I would like go out and like attempt to like people and like then like spend my load because like then I would have no ability to be around human beings like in qualitative like circumstances, right? And like so now it's like I'll like occasionally step out of my little hermit crab shell, not the crab itself. That would be like peeling out of like my alien shell.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that on camera, that'd be awesome.
Right?
Exclusive. Jessica Ryan is an alien.
All the UFOs, you know. I'm allergic to life, so it's possible that I'm a fucking alien. But I digress. Yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, I'm always really difficult to get like out and to do things. So like, you know, fortunately, we've known each other long enough. This is what I mean by being a demisexual. That like when people are like, well, why don't you just like want to fuck? I'm like, I don't know. I have to like know everything about you, like your middle name and like where are you from, and like I don't know. Do you like dogs? Do you like cats? And like for some reason these things matter on whether or not like without a camera and without money if I would actually like be around you. Ugh, there are too many people.
There are.
Are we in 8 billion and counting?
Yep.
And like and these billionaire, is it 8 billion?
I want to say
Yeah.
so.
And they want like people to have more fucking babies so that they have cheap labor. Like, I don't know, like Elon Musk, like
Has like 10 of his own.
I know,
His
like
pullout game is trash.
no, he purposely wants to have children because like I don't know, maybe there's a god complex in there. But like, I mean, all geniuses kind of go there. I mean, except for myself.
As of November 15th, 2022, we hit 8 billion.
Yeah, how fucking crazy is that? But we need to populate the world more. There will be an issue where there are going to be too many old people, and maybe the robots will take care of us all.
Oh, the robots are definitely going to replace a lot of the workforce.
Ugh.
I mean, hell, look at Japan. Japan's already on declining numbers.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I think their average age right now is 46.
So like having a child is like a future proofing your life.
I guess.
But what about a 401k? I guess like you might not, but like I don't know what if your child hates you.
Well, and that's the thing. Like,
there's no control, but like who knows how expensive it would be to pay somebody to like put diapers on you.
Or if you'll have the ability to pay people to have.
We went dark. We went really dark.
Oh, we're gonna get darker here.
Are we gonna get dark? All right, let's can we make it like let's see how dark we get.
Well, I'm gonna talk about my father's end of his life. So.
Oh wait, no, it has to like remain a little bit humorous. Do you want to go there?
I mean,
are you gonna make me cry on camera?
I hope not.
Well, like, I mean, if it's really sad, like, I don't know. I'm a very empathetic individual.
I don't
like,
think it's that sad.
Is it funny?
Not really.
I don't know if I want to laugh about your father's end. I don't know. Where are you going with this? I don't trust you.
Don't trust me.
No. I feel like that's far too personal, sir, because I can't possibly sit over here and laugh about the thing.
Oh, you definitely can.
I don't know about this.
I mean, you probably shouldn't because it's not really funny, but you could.
You make me very uncomfortable with this. Just give it.
Okay, we will.
Go there, right now.
Go into the story or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go into the story.
I blame the tequila.
My father and I were estranged for like the last decade of his life.
Okay.
And if I was not involved when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, he would have ended up as a ward of the state.
Yeah.
And I only got involved because I wouldn't wish that shit on anybody.
No.
So
Bruce Willis just was diagnosed. He has dementia.
Yeah. Which could develop into full-on Alzheimer's. Who knows?
Yeah.
He's young. He's in his 60s.
Did you know that oh my God, I'm not going to interrupt you with it's just science. Go on. I'll hold my thought. Excuse me.
I'm just happy that like statistically that's passed from the mother's side. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, because that's not how I want to go.
I mean, at the same time, not knowing the bullshit. Not knowing the bullshit, although the confusion sucks. I've seen it.
My father thought he was working at the home.
Mm.
Like, he was that far gone that he thought he was at work. Like, that's the worst hell I could think of. Like, you've lost your mind and your sense of what's going on and what reality is, and you think you're at work.
A friend of mine whose mother is like going through dementia of some aspect. I don't know the specifics. like he said that he enjoys like a lot of the days because it's like reintroducing things to her, like where she's like, I don't know if I like asparagus, and then he's like, well, like, why don't you try it? And so like every day she's like, oh, I really like asparagus. So she's like, it's like those reintroductions, but they're definitely the hard days. That's the positive side.
Well, thankfully, I didn't have to deal with any of that. I just made sure he was in a decent home.
Yeah. Okay, where are we going with this?
Oh,
It's still sad.
oh yeah, it
It's
was
still sad.
a little dark. You said dark. It went a little dark.
I like things that are like you can go dark comedy.
Oh, I mean, there's a fine line between tragedy and comedy.
I know.
But
In fact, often they coincide.
Exactly. But what I was getting at was the whole like he had me, and yeah, it could have ended up worse for him. But it's not like having a kid was the savior of his life and all that shit.
Right. Like how many like parents like their kids end up hating them? Granted, there are a lot of shitty ass parents.
Right. There's a lot of people that should not have been parents, my parents included.
It's hard to people. Could you imagine like having to be in charge of a people?
Yeah, I don't want to do it. That's why I got a vasectomy, so I don't have to do it.
Ah, you're God's gift to women.
That's on the record. That's on the record. She said it. It's on the record.
I aim to like once I find myself a man that like works well with my existence, that like because I am the human being that I am. I will admit my difficulty.
Well, yeah, your brain's cooked at this point. You're over 25.
What do you mean my brain is cooked? A woman's prime hits when she's in her fucking 30s.
No, your brain is still developing until you're 25. It's cooked. It's
it's cooked. Okay,
yeah.
I'm like, whoa, my cooked definition. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's your brain is developed. You are who you are as a person.
Funny story. I waited until 25, like until I like actually did anything crazy because I knew brain development was intelligent.
Except go to Mexico at 18.
Well, valid. But alcohol in my family was totally a normal thing. But there was a point, like even before I was like 21, I was just like, "No, I'm done." But you just have me in a particularly spicy moment, so
Perfect.
Alcohol is just kind of right. It really helps the nervous system.
It does. Cheers to that.
It does. It dampens it. And by the way, I love these Van Gogh glasses.
Thank you. I wish they hadn't been dishwashed.
Oh, it makes it antiqued. And then gives you another reason to go to Amsterdam. Is this a little mirror over here? Like, what's this thing?
It's a battery charger. Vixen gave out swag. I mean,
that's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't even go to their like little area that they had, like their whole shop front at ABN. There were so many things that I wanted to go to, but the problem is that I had to be there for things. So like anything extra, I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't fucking do it. I'm like, there are too many people. I just like,
That's what I did for one day this year. One day.
Oh, that's so fucking smart.
Sort of. I drove in. I drove in Thursday morning and I left Thursday night and drove back to LA.
Oh, that's insane.
You're like, it's so. Oh, that's crazy.
No, that's so smart. That I wouldn't drive. Like, no.
The Tesla did most of the driving back.
That's not okay. I watch these fucking Teslas because like the lines fucking fade and like they start like veering because this bitch is like relying on fucking like the line.
I was still paying attention, but
yeah, but like I don't know, like how much attention were you actually paying? Attention. That came out great.
I was paying a fair amount of attention, and the nice thing about driving a Tesla back is I had to stop to charge twice, so I powered.
You have a Tesla?
I do.
Oh, nice. I like them and I don't like them. I don't like the drivers. It's like the new Prius driver.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Like, it's true.
Ouch.
I know. I think it's like the entitlement factor that like with the majority of people like behind it because they actually have a good amount of pickup. So I went.
They have a lot of pickup.
So I went to a car meet. They have like, oh god, what is the fucking Malibu shit they do? It's like Cars and Coffee where like Jay Leno and Jerry Springer go to with their fans. Yes.
I'm like, Springer.
Yeah, the other one.
Not the one who pays for escorts with checks.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's an old story about Jerry Springer.
That's hilarious.
He was mayor of Cincinnati at the time.
Fucking old man.
Like, You're the mayor of a city, and you're paying for an escort with a check.
That's hilarious.
Like,
I
that-
didn't know these things.
Oh yeah, this is all before he was a talk show host. He was the
Mhm.
mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio,
Mhm.
and got busted paying for. Like,
Like
you're a politician. Why would you think to leave a paper trail?
stupid people.
I mean, that's the definition of thinking with your dick. Like, I need
don't
to get
have
laid
a-
right now. Will you take a check?
Well, like maybe he felt more secure, like doing it with paper check and not having the cash, so he could like have it taken away just in case he wanted to cancel it. I hate people.
That would be like, but that's so dumb because if he canceled the check, she still has the check.
Yeah, to as proof and evidence. But like maybe she like forged his signature so
And-
perfectly.
Forged his signature on a check from him,
Yeah,
from Jerry Springer with account and routing number on it.
I'm leaning in more, so I've got to move this.
Whatever makes you happy.
I need to lean on this. This chair is actually kind of difficult to like sit on. It's making my hamstrings work to hold me up. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
It's so inconsiderate.
I will buy new chairs just for you next time.
Will you? What about like sitting on this wood chair? It's more flat. Like I move your whole camera just so I can sit in like the wooden chair.
I could just grab the one from the end of the table if you.
No, I like it to be more difficult.
Why?
Would you do it for me?
No.
The other one on the end of the table.
You said you didn't want that one.
Well, like if I can feel like I'm not like straining my hamstrings in the process, I'll take it.
I feel like this is a test.
It is a test, but I don't know what kind of test it is. I feel like
It's not a test I could necessarily pass.
I have been in a very difficult mood today, which has been very entertaining. I've not been talking to people. I have a business mentor, and like they were having a conversation with me, and like they were bringing some things up, and I just was so contrarian, and like where it's like as the words are coming out, I'm like I'm being difficult, you know. Like I'm really sorry, but I'm being difficult. But do the thing. Like I said, I'm a particular kind of bird.
I know.
Mhm.
We've known each other a while. I'm aware.
Are you aware?
To a degree.
What would your assessment of me as a person be? Because like, you know, like the Twitterverse, I am relatively honest.
For sure.
Relatively honest on there. But like what would your assessment of me be on there? Because we never actually hung out on purpose. Well, like AVN?
Yeah, like, but
We
it
hung out
passed,
on AVN.
like passing. It wasn't like the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
In what respect? Like,
I don't know. Like what like if you're like Jessica Ryan, like tell me about her.
she's cool. I don't know, like, because it's always weird to, especially as performers, and like, because the blurred lines between your professional persona and who you are as a real person.
Right.
Like, it's always weird to like be like,
The
what am I gonna
delineation.
what am I gonna disclose about somebody? What's fair to disclose about somebody?
That's very true. Did you know, like, so I'm not going there. I've already put it off limits.
If you want to change your own rules, you can.
I'm gonna mildly change it, but then like they're still there though.
Okay.
So somebody was on my Twitter trying to take things like it was like as if it was scripture of like who I was as a person. Like if you go into somebody's Twitter profile and they're like a performer or a public person, that like yes, there's always like truth with the many grains of salt. But like you can't take it as as that person. Like we have to play to our demographic, even though I do it terribly. I force myself onto people many times. This is just who I am as a person. However, I do placate to the stupidity. And then those are the little things where said person took things. And I'm like,
Well, and it's one of those things where like it's crazy for anyone to take your internet persona and think that is the person.
I am a terrible liar. I am a terrible liar. However, I am a really good actor. Actor. I actually prefer daddy, so I'll go actor. But so like yeah, that's where the lines get blurred is that terrible liar. However, I can play to the bullshit.
Well, but it's also social media is curated. It is curated.
I curate it 60% of the time.
But that's still 60%.
That's true. And I do try to make it like adult specific, like any of the articles or things that I post. I do have like a thought account, like but my ADHD can't manage multiple accounts. I have to just make it one thing. Like, just take my personality as it is and like pay me if you just want to like see things. Like, if you just want to see sexy shit, you got to pay me. If you don't want to think, I don't know, go somewhere else.
Fair.
This is why I have a problem.
I don't see what the problem is.
I have a lot of fans that love me for the thoughty shit, but I also like, I don't know, like, what if I just created clickbait?
People would click. That's the point.
I know, but like, if you just see somebody that's super clickbaity, like, is that enticing?
Not to me.
Oh.
But I'm not your demo.
Are you sure? Because like, I don't know. I appreciate actually talking to you. Like, they're like a lot of the guys when I try to like play the clickbaity shit, I'm like, oh my god, I fucking hate you. And then I do my usual shit, and then like I can tolerate them. And like there's like a realness and like, hey, the world of AI as women are starting to be deep faked. I don't know. Shouldn't that be a valuable thing?
Well, yeah, it's valuable to the people who own the AIs.
Oh my god, did you see that fucking bullshit with the 3D shoot that I was gonna do?
Yeah. I think I commented on that shit.
I think you did. There were a lot of people that commented. So I had this crazy contract, and I don't know whether or not there was any aspect of malicious, intent behind it. And like, I'm just gonna leave all details out of it, except for the fact that it was like this 3D artist from Sweden. It's neutral, so I can say it right.
Yeah.
And they were contracting this studio out that did like 3D stuff, and they were just gonna do like pictures. And they had 1 million cameras around on these like things. I go in, and they were kind of vague about the description of things, and I was just like, "What do you intend to use this for?" And as I'm sitting there, like looking over the paperwork, and they're like, "Well, like we're like thinking of like doing like it's like I think it's like towards VR and da 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 da." They're capturing all this information. I'm gonna be nude. They're giving me sex toy, and then I'm gonna be partnered with somebody else to be like in pictures with, right? $1,000. And then I'm reading through the contract. I can dive deep in this.
Oh, yeah.
How nerdy do you want me to get on this?
Get as nerdy as you want.
So I happen to be really good friends with multiple attorneys because I am the human being that I am. I don't know why. It's not because I've needed litigation in that. It's just because I like heady people. So I messaged one of my good friends that's like also given me a lot of like legal advice because I'm reading through this contract and I'm like, and it's like very like there are porn contracts that are garbage and like where people have had like a degree of their likeness sold for like strokers. And then they're not like paid for the thing, right? I'm looking to the camera because I'm used to POV and I'm not looking at you.
It's fine.
Why am I so used to talking to the camera? Too much.
Professional work habits.
I know, but I should look at you when I'm talking and not look at the camera.
Well, now you're just breaking the fourth wall.
I'm breaking the fourth wall. Okay.
But continue with the story.
All right. So, like porn contracts can suck. And there are companies that are known for selling strokers which performers are not getting residuals, they're not getting extra money for, they just got paid for one scene. So with that in knowledge, and then all of the AI deep fake stuff that's going on, all of these things, right? I go in, they're not being very specific. We're going to use this for VR, but they're not telling me what kind of VR. And then there's this contract in front of me, and it says that it is going to take any derivative of my likeness. And it's broad. I keep on looking at the camera. It's because I'm used to shooting POV porn and looking at the lens. All right. So there, like within, I had posted this one particular chapter, and where that's not what they would call it in legal.
It's a subsection.
Yeah. That's not what I call it in legal terms. It's because I like books.
Oh, you can read?
I can read.
You're going to blow the internet's mind. A porn star who can read? Oh, my, no, kidding. Right. There are very many intelligent people in this industry.
Very educated women within the porn industry that just want to take you for your money. And
give it to them.
In this paragraph, blew my fucking mind what the sub blah blah. I like books. I just am friends with attorneys and like know enough to pay attention. And it's speaking of voice, face, like likeness. So like consider what like the term likeness would involve. It is all things. My likeness, utilizing any derivative of that and manipulating it in any media, like a current or in the future, forever. Basically, I'm summarizing because it was quite a lot of text. And so I'm reading this thing and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, when like somebody does something and they're like offending you, they're like straight up being an asshole in your face, but they're smiling. Like I'm reading this fucking shit. My heart starts fucking pounding, and I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And I'm like, before I like go and like say to these very nice people, like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I sent a picture of it to my attorney and friend. It's really nice to have friends that are attorneys. And they were just like, what? And they were going over it, and they're like, whoa, you should walk. That was the very first thing that came out of their mouth. And like I had to call them of like, are you serious? And so I was talking to the person about it. This is lengthy. I like it long. Actually, I really like it thick. I don't really like it super long because that hurts. I can't be concise on this. But so I talked to the person about it because like I don't know, like normally with contracts like that like licensing something, you send that stuff in advance, right?
100%.
Yeah. So like I'm here for a gig. If you're going to license something of me, something of mine, you send that contract in advance. That's professional. If you're going to be shooting porn and you're getting my identification and making sure that I'm over the age of 18, you do
And
that
not
like
10.
Yeah, not 10. You do that the day of because you need to like verify those things. But like licensing, you do that shit before. So I'm like, the guy is telling me that like, well, we just have this blanket contract for anything that which we are contracted to do for whoever contracts us. So this is the studio. This is the studio. This isn't the actual like person that's having me shoot the stuff and paying me for the thing. Although, oh my God, I'm gonna go so deep in this. I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
Okay. So it's gonna happen. So
Stop apologizing. Do it. Do the thing.
I'm doing it. You can edit.
I'm not going to.
So on the paperwork that they're doing for the whole thing, they say they're saying that they're paying me out for the $1,000, which for the person that is contracted to do the work, for the studio that is contracted to do the work, they should only have an indemnification clause with the company that which I am shooting the thing for, because that's all that's needed. You don't need to have this crazy third party, like we're licensing to sell things like in a third party like aspect, like the whole thing. Like you can post the shit. I don't have to dive into that because I'm already going super long. But so like maybe they're like super bad at law. It's entirely possible.
Well, they're super good at it and expecting other people to be super bad at it.
Yeah, because like, and so my attorney was like, look, they shouldn't say that they're the ones paying you for $1,000 to give you the licensing, because like how they have things contracted out, this in itself will make it so that I cannot protect you if your likeness in any capacity comes out and like say like they put a swastika on your arm and they want to say that you're fucking racist. Like I can't protect you because you signed away all of those aspects to this one company, and it could be an umbrella thing of which then they therefore sell it to anybody else because it had that licensing within it. And then like the other, like it was basically a model release for the Swedish company person, and like it
Swish company.
Swish. It was the Swish company. I don't know why it was coming out that way.
Tequila.
My butt's cramping on this chair. I'm holding myself up too much.
You want the other chair.
I really do. And I'll keep on talking. I'll bend over and talk into it.
Anything to have you bend over, Jess.
Yeah.
There.
So I'm just gonna keep on fucking talking, but I'm almost there. Oh, this chair hurts my ass and my hamstrings. It's because I'm holding myself up. You like my leather jacket with that fringe?
It's very nice.
Right? It's very 80s. It's got like the little cinch around it. Oh, this looks so much nicer. Oh, give it to me. Oh, I'm shorter, but it's so much more comfortable.
Your camera angle's still good?
I'm good. I like it looks good. It looks good.
Okay.
I like it.
As long as your framing's good.
Oh my God, my ass is not gonna. Oh, this is so much better. That chair is for tall people. That's okay. I'm 5'2". It's good.
Yeah, but a lot of people who do the show are short.
Well, it's uncomfortable.
You're the first person to ever complain about it.
I'm gonna complain. I'm going to complain. I am that person.
Well,
Either way, we're getting off track.
we are.
Where was I at?
We're in the midst of how horrible this contract was.
Okay, so they had the $1,000 on their thing, and then the other was basically just a model release. So these people were licensing, like, if they like were like if like I don't know, their paperwork was basically they were paying me to do this thing. They wanted me to have a sex toy in my hand to be with another performer in like my presence. And like, so you like, I mean, imagine like with doing 3D imaging, you're getting a lot of information. If I'm holding a dick in my hand, I'm with another female performer who's naked as well. You could make us do a lot of shit with how things are going with technology. And like, then they weirdly had some aspects of like it wasn't supposed to be video. However, my attorney was like, you know, they're saying they can license for like having your voice and like the derivatives of it for anything, which by the way, super creepy. Like I have like some like it's not my banking, but I have some things where my password on my phone is like with my voice, right? And
what is that password?
No, you have to say a certain like thing and then they use your voice for it.
So what is it?
Yeah. Suck my dick.
I
have a huge metaphorical cock, so
do you have to say it all breathy like that too? Suck my dick.
I don't know. Like they manage. I've like said it in so many like capacities. So don't sign your license away. License to likeness. But like it just like all of the things were overstepping, and my attorney was like, technically speaking, signing that, like you know, like California is a state where I think if one person knows that you're recording in the room, that it's legal.
No, it is a two-party consent state.
No, but that's on the phone. But like then using your likeness, if you signed it and they did record anything, they could then use it. Like if they had a mic like that was hot and even though they were saying they're just doing photo, they could.
Well, if it's part of the release, yes.
Yeah, it was a part of the release.
Yeah, then definitely.
It was far overreaching. My Arizona came out there right there. But so either way, whether or not they were like actually being malicious, there were just enough things that were like, and the guy like kept on saying to me, well, none of the other models had a problem with it.
That is a giant red flag.
When he said that, so I was just like, and I was sitting there and I'm like looking at the contract. I was waiting to talk to my attorney, and then he said that, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, I already have my heart fucking pumping because it's like somebody's like sitting there in front of me and like saying like, fuck your mom, you know, like it's a variation of that. And like, and then confirmed like, well, none of the other models had a problem with that. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, so you just,
Yeah, that is a giant red flag.
That was a long ass story.
Good story.
But like fucking crazy because porn contracts are pretty bad on their own, right? They are pretty bad. And like, I mean, god damn.
Hey, at least you didn't get caught up. At least you had the common sense to be like, I am fucking walking.
Yeah, well, the performer too that was there, I'm happy for her that they had a lot of technical difficulties because I messaged her afterward because I felt really bad that I just left. It was like somebody spit in my fucking mother's face is how I felt, and I had to fucking leave because
whoa, what if your mom's into that?
She's not.
Okay.
She's not.
You sure? You asked her?
I'm pretty sure. She's very innocent and naive. I have taught my mother how to swear.
Well, just because, you know, she doesn't swear doesn't mean that she's not into... Anyways, I digress.
Yeah. So I reached out to the performer afterward because like my attorney and myself felt bad about it, and he was like explaining that like she signed contracts before, like none of this, like it goes against her. Like she didn't walk out when you were talking to somebody, and like you it would just be difficult. Um so fortunately they had technical difficulties, and I like sent my attorney's information to her just in case, like because I don't know, who knows how much information they actually got in that process. But yeah, God,
That's just really predatory and scummy.
it's super predatory. But that's a lot of like, I mean, a lot of the contracts that happen in the adult industry, they're so open ended, and like you don't know what you're signing out for. And I'm like, I'm so tired of it. I've signed so many things. I don't know. Like I've shot so much fucking porn. It's stupid.
Oh my god.
Did you see the recent thing with the deep fakes? Like there's no ability to actually create like a lawsuit because there are no laws in which to protect the people that like where non-consensually, this is like not even signing a 2257 because it's not their it's their likeness, but not their likeness. It's not them fucking on camera. That like they don't have, there's nothing in our legal system to actually protect people against deep fakes. And like, so if you
Well,
send,
if the way I understand it is only if it's an AI generated deepfake. Because if I, as a creator, created that deepfake of you, I could be, criminally liable.
but what about the person that, or like the people that produced the porn that which they're doing the deepfake onto? You know, can there be litigation in regard to that?
I'm sure, but it becomes sticky when it becomes AIs because
It's all sticky.
but it's not as sticky when it's people doing it.
Yeah.
When AIs are doing it, AIs are not human entities. So who do you sue?
Mm-hmm.
Like
there needs to be like aspects of it because this isn't going to just be in the land of porn. This is like, I mean, hello, politics.
YouTube channel that I really enjoy. I don't know if you ever watched it. Legal Eagle.
I fucking like him. I just found him.
He just did a whole thing on AI art.
You have to send it to me, please.
I will.
Yeah. No, I really like Legal Eagle. Eagle.
Yeah, he just did a whole thing on AI art and why it's really sticky with the copyrights there because derivative works and who do you sue if it's the AI generating it because it's not a person who's
doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So there's no law against it. And it's just like when there was revenge porn, when that first happened, there was no law to protect people against revenge porn. And like, so our fucking antiquated ass system just never keeps up with technology. I mean, it goes really fucking fast, right?
Well, yeah, and the problem is with all our lawmaking is people have special interests, people are lobbying.
Lobbyists. Can we make lobbying fucking illegal?
Well, we in the adult entertainment industry would be a bad place if we didn't have lobbyists too.
Why? Like we get fucked over all the time and not in a good way.
Right, but could be worse.
Like who's lobbying for porn?
In theory, the FSC that's part of their job.
But like, okay, I'll be open-minded. But how? Because I generally just don't feel like, the adult industry gets heard in any capacity.
Well, unfortunately, the people that we are competing against with their lobbying has a lot more resources than we do. Can
we just get rid of a religion? Like, it's a fucking scourge on humanity. Like, I know we need control mechanisms because people are dumb as fuck, but fuck you, religion.
I've said on record many times, it served its purpose back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, back in the day, uncooked pork would kill you.
Right.
Now it's delicious. Well, not uncooked, but pork's delicious.
Have you seen chicken sashimi? Like, who does raw chicken? Are you... Blech.
I mean, if those people want to take themselves out of the gene pool, I'm okay with it.
Okay, valid. I'm pro Thanos.
See, I'm not, because that was indiscriminate.
It was indiscriminate. However, there are too many fucking people on this planet.
Right. But being indiscriminate, we could lose some great people. We could lose some great thinkers.
50% of the people, if you think about the average intelligence being dumb as fuck, like if you're like in the 50th percentile, you're still pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, and how many more people are dumber than you?
Ugh. I don't know. I remember watching this House episode where this guy was like taking some type of like cough syrup that like drops your IQ significantly because he was a genius and he had this beautiful, amazing like wife that was an idiot. And he was just like, and it was making him super sick. And I'm like, I kind of understand. I kind of understand. I wish I wasn't as dumb as I am. I wish I was more dumb as more dumb than I am.
Ignorance is bliss for a reason.
I know. It's right.
Intelligence is shown to correspond with depression, anxiety.
Early death.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like all these motherfuckers in this world, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, the motherfuckers who make it to 115 are smoking a pack a day, eating a pound of bacon, and are carefree.
Oh, yeah. I had some stupid bitch tell me the other day on fucking Twitter where they're like, hey, like there was a conversation of like, should I be tanning? And I'm like, actually, let's look at the American like Association for Dermatology. It says no because of these reasons. Have you seen how disfiguring skin cancer is? And then some bitch is like, we all die at one point or the other. And I'm like, really, bitch? You don't die from skin cancer. You get disfigured.
Oh, I mean, it can kill you if you just ignore it.
If you just ignore it, which, like, stupid bitch that said that probably would fucking ignore it.
But it's also probably a pretty horrible way to go.
Yeah, but also, like, I mean, have you seen the gnarly shit from that? And I'm like, I don't know, I've not done Botox yet. I should, because this is one of my ex's names.
I digress.
I digress. Is that going to be the word of the phrase of the day? Is I digress?
This show tangents all over the place, per usual.
Have you seen the dominatrix tangent?
I did not know that was a person.
I think, and I could be so wrong. I need to look it up really quick before I say a thing and put a foot in my mouth.
Don't whisper into the mic, though.
I'm whispering.
The mic,
it
says, as sensitive as the mic is, it really won't pick that up in post.
No.
It's the bane of my existence when people do that.
I need to look this person up first.
Like, stage whispering. Okay. Actual whispering.
Okay. I need to look this person up first, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, fuck.
Well, while you're looking her up,
okay,
we're gonna go back and hear the story of Jessica in Mexico at 18.
Okay. What do you want to hear?
What happened? Like, oh yeah, you have to ask me questions.
Drunk.
Oh.
Mister.
End of story.
Hang on. I'm focused.
Like a laser. She's focused like a laser. Folks.
Welcome to ADHD. Like I can like squirrel, but then I like get really focused.
Like this is a dopamine hit when I get this reward. I want it now.
Tell me first. Might be edible. They're TS, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And she's fucking hot. Like I am bisexual, pansexual-ish, demisexual, really. But like holy shit. So this dominatrix tangent, she's the hottest bitch I've ever seen. Right?
Her face is a little too masculine for my taste.
Well, see, I really like men. But I also really love women. I'm very So it's like the perfect blend in which like one of the very few women that's made me super, super gay is she was like higher in testosterone. So like, I mean, sexuality is the spectrum, right? Like
100%.
It's more fluid than it is like, there's societally, I dare say that's what gives us our polarity.
Well, society is,
It's so fucked up.
So yeah,
I fucking hate this puritanical bullshit that I grew up in. Like, why did I grow up a fucking Protestant? Like, all the weird shit. Like, I was like super into gangbangs and like my ex, like fiance at the time. Like, I had to go and like, I thought I was being more discreet than I was. I would use my vibrator like before going to bed because I was too tired to have sex. You know, when you're too tired to have an orgasm with another human being.
Yeah.
So I would go and like watch gangbang porn. I can say the whole word and like get off with my vibrator. And he got jealous about my fucking vibrator.
Well, yeah, because he was thinking it was about him, not you. Yeah.
Well, of course. But then meanwhile, he like every man I've been with has told me that I treat them like a piece of meat. So, and he got really upset with me that I was the one that always called the shots, but I was like, I'm the one that's always horny. Like, and like, he's like, stop treating me like a piece of meat. My next significant other was like, stop treating me like a piece of meat. And I'm like, I don't know, fuck me more.
Well, yeah, that seems like a simple answer.
But so, I know, yes, but no, because they're the gender norms where they're like, but I'm supposed to be the one that's more horny. I'm like, bull fucking shit.
That sounds like
bullshit.
Right. It's like
what that sounds like.
It sounds like an ideal time. Like,
do you have a hot dog vendor near you? Street meat.
You live in the same neighborhood as
I
me.
know, but no, I'm just enough away that I don't have street meat.
Now the street meat's further west.
Ah, son of a bitch.
I mean, only like a block or two further west, but there is a street meat.
I'm just getting hungry for hot dogs.
All this talk of sex, and you're like, hot dog.
I'm a very complicated human being, but also very simple human being.
There's nothing wrong with that. Having your needs met is important.
You know, it's like what was it, Jersey Shore, where it was like gym, tan, laundry. I don't fucking tan, but like I haven't gone to the gym for this week. But food, sex, sleep. Those are pretty. Those are my three.
Those are all very
Food,
important.
sex, sleep. Is it FSL?
That should be merch. Jessica Ryan, FSL.
FSL. Wait, food, sex. No, FSS. I can't do my acronyms right.
Tequila.
It's because I'm hungry.
Also probably caused by the tequila.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's been too long. I should have eaten food before I come over here.
You came over here on an empty stomach?
Like I ate, but like not. I like nibbled. Why do I keep on looking at the camera and not you?
Force a habit. You're like,
I'm just gonna look over this direction.
that's awesome for the show. Like, anyway, Matt's apartment.
I'm talking to Matt.
Matt's apartment. It's all over here. There's a kitchen that obviously two dudes live in, and
Do you have a roommate?
I do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
If you were talking shit about roommates, I figured you didn't have a roommate.
I currently do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not the one that I was talking shit about.
Solid choice.
I have a roommate. It's Hollywood.
I don't have a roommate.
Well, yeah, you probably make a lot more money than I do.
I hide from people. No, I found an economically wise apartment. I like, regardless of how shit ass my month was, economically sound.
Well, my first LA apartment was in East Hollywood, and like I had a 1-bedroom, and like it was an economically sound apartment.
1-bedrooms are so expensive now. I'm fucking tired of LA. I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't even like people.
Where do you want to go though?
I don't know, like not here. Like I do like walking to the things. And like I do like going to like concerts where I can like just find a corner and hide from people and like then listen to live music. But I also go to bed at 10 p.m. So I don't really know if I'm fully like actually appreciating the hell that I have to put up with by being in the middle of fucking Hollywood. Like all the people you have to walk over, like the people that like I'm like, okay, I don't know what kind of drug you're on, but that sounds very interesting, whatever the fuck you're going through. And like are you enjoying yourself?
Probably not. That's probably why they're on the drugs.
Well, why do they keep on doing it?
To escape reality.
I mean, I get it. But I couldn't make myself feel like shit. Like cocaine is a stupid fucking drug.
Some people like it a lot.
Makes me feel like shit. Like I'm like, I got enough anxiety. Like you can't drink enough to shut down the anxiety of fucking cocaine. Like
No.
It just makes people weird.
Yeah, generally people do cocaine to counter effect alcohol, not
Yeah, that's true. Napa.
the other way around.
When I was Napa, wine country. I said too many things. When I was living in wine country, it's a small town. The amount of cocaine that happened there was stupid. And like coming from LA where I thought people lived on cocaine and going up there and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you're best friends with your cocaine dealer. I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah, you want to be good friends with the drug dealer, then hopefully they won't poison you.
That's a terrible idea.
Well,
because they usually don't do their drugs if they're smart.
yeah, but they hopefully test them.
Mm. Look at you with your idealism.
I said hopefully.
Hopefully.
I mean,
That sounds expensive.
well, thankfully, I only fuck around with mushrooms, so.
Mushrooms are delightful. They're actually a really good antidepressant.
They are. And,
This world makes you fucking depressed.
well, especially during the pandemic when I was just sitting in here by myself for, days on end.
You're like, my brain needs something extra.
Yeah. Oh, no, I did more mushrooms in like 2020 to 2021 than I had probably had in the last 10 years beforehand.
I like having art days with mushrooms, and I haven't done that in a very, very long time. Those are fun.
I definitely made some weird videos after
Why were you making videos while you were on?
Well, just like shortly thereafter. Not
Isn't
like
it codified and like doing any sort of substance? Like, don't touch your phone. Like, look at like what the fuck Biden's son. I feel bad for like, you know, like when you're in a situation that you're that much of an addict and you do stupid shit. But like, don't touch your fucking phone.
oh, I wasn't self-filming. I was just making stuff,
Okay, like what?
editing like weird video game content and stuff like that. Well, because
You can manage a computer.
depending on how much I'm having.
Okay, valid.
But also like it was inspiring me to like think of stuff to do
Mhm.
later.
Okay, valid.
And like I'll
Have you ever done art? So like I've had some really cool art days where it's super funny, like what you see when you're like tripping balls, like depending on the degree that you're at.
oh I
And then it's like so basic when you fucking look at it versus like when you were tripping, you're like, it's so amazing. And then like you fucking look at it when you're like sober eyes and you're like, wow, I like
oh yeah, no, there's definitely been some points where like, oh, I felt I was like saying some really profound shit. I was
Mhm. So I was at oh god, what museum is it? There's a museum in LA. They have a lot of Basquiat on display right now. And you like look at these things in a sober brain and like knowing how fucked up he was as a human being and all the drugs that he would do. And I look at the thing and I'm like, so like I've had a cardinal rule. Like I didn't do anything hard except for alcohol until I was 25. And like I've had a cardinal rule. There are poster children of like why you should not do drugs, like heroin, meth. Like there are things that you just don't want to fucking touch. Like it's like people that go down that road, like it doesn't end up well. So like, but and I know he did heroin, and who knows, maybe he did meth. But like you look at his fucking art, and I'm like, I appreciate it, but I've not done those drugs. So like it's just enough removed where I'm like, I don't understand where his brain's coming from.
the heroin may have been there to silence the other demons in his head.
Oh yeah,
Because
from what I understand, he's had a lot of demons.
There's been a lot of great artists that were fucking heroin junkies.
Oh well,
But there's a lot of junkies that don't make shit.
That's very valid. Well, actually, I like where I live at in Hollywood. There have been many of junkie artists where they're like up on the sidewalk and they're like having their crazy fucking moment and they're like, I don't even know if they're like drawing on a thing because I generally just like walk past somebody if I know they're like whatever state they are because like I'm 5'2". Like I can pull crazy super fast, but I would rather not like fight life and death because that's what would end up being. So like they're like drawing on doing all this crazy shit and like who knows, maybe that was like a Basquiat kind of shit. Like I don't know. They're also the ones that are like yelling crazy things and I'm like I just like this world sucks. Fuck.
What?
There's so many homeless people here.
You don't say.
I feel for it. Like dude, we're not that far from it. Fuck these billionaires. We're not there.
Oh, definitely not. The problem is the city's got no plan, and from what I've been led to believe talking to some social workers and stuff is once people get accustomed to living outdoors, it's hard to convince them to go back in.
Because it's bullshit. Like all the things you have to deal with, like paying your fucking taxes, like all this, like you have to do, like have all this bullshit that you have to do to be like a normal functioning citizen. Like, I mean, how nice would it be to like just go back to like, I don't know, some aspect where you didn't have to deal with paper pushers. I hate paper pushers. I'm just going to say it. They're also ruining porn.
I mean, they're an important part of.
I'm vibrating.
Oh, you're vibrating the sun?
My mom's calling me right now. I shouldn't answer.
No, you should not answer.
I'll just tell her I'll call her back. I love you, Mom. I'll call you back. Wow, it's almost 9:00. What is today?
Monday.
Oh, we usually talk on Mondays. Shit. She's like calling me later in the day because she always calls me during the day when I'm doing work. And like usually Mondays I'm doing like clerical shit. So I'm always like, I'm working, Mom. So like here she's calling me later in the day.
And you're like, I'm still working, Mom.
What time are you going to bed? I love my mom.
That's awesome.
And she is an amazing human being.
Who doesn't like getting spit on?
Yeah. I feel like if it wasn't for my mom, I like, you know, when they talk about nature versus nurture, I could have easily been such a dickhead. But
You're not a dickhead?
selectively.
Okay.
Selectively. She gave me the nurture where it gave me empathy and compassion towards other human beings. Like where my pro Thanos, who knows where that would have gone if I like didn't have that nurturing side of things.
Just become a serial killer.
I mean, this world asks for it. Just saying.
Well, it's wild because like up until fairly recently, we were probably living in one of the easiest times for all of humanity.
Oh, don't you miss 2019 and before that?
Oh yeah.
I wonder if this is where my industrial shit's coming out of, because I'm like, the 2000s were so much better. Now these 20s, like 2020, like suck my dick. It sucks. And the music is horrible too.
There's a statistic about like not your brain doesn't want to find new music after.
Oh, I want to hear about this. Is this why old people always listen to?
Yep.
Okay. But also new music shit is like a shit. Like auto-tune, suck it. Like I don't want to hear your lack of talent. Like that you're okay on production. Like
So
fuck you, Taylor Swift. I'm saying it.
this, according to this study, which is the first time I was able to find, new music discovery stops at age 33.
Oh, well, I don't know. I have come across new music of late, and I'm 36. Although people want me to say that I'm under the age of 35 because apparently there's like some magical number. Just like magically at 18, you become an adult. Like at 35, you somehow become worthless as a woman, which, by the way, it's not true.
Well, you've been around long enough where it used to be magically at 25 you became a MILF.
Yeah, well, no, it's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Well,
But like the crazy thing is I've run into people, performers, where they're like their later 20s and they lie that they're in their earlier 20s. And I'm like, this is where I say that I'm an idiot because like I've been honest my whole life of where I'm like, no, that's how old I am. And people are like, you're too young looking for this. And I'm like, how many of these bitches are fucking lying about their actual fucking birthday? And I'm the dumbass where I'm like, this is how old I am. And and meanwhile, like these, like, I don't know, like 30 somethings are actually like 40 somethings. And I'm the idiot that's being honest.
Oh, I definitely know a performer who was a friend of mine who got in around the time I got in, who was 28 at the time and was definitely doing like barely legal scenes.
Why didn't I get told to do that? Because I could have. Like, what the fuck is my stuntedness? I'm like, I'm such a smart person, but I'm gonna be honest. And meanwhile, all this little dick energy that like facilitates like bullshit. And they're just like, now you're too old, but you look too young. And they're like, suck my dick.
Well, do you like the current, state of affairs where you can be in charge of more of your own content?
Fuck yeah, except for the fact that OnlyFans is bullshit. Like, okay, you can make a decent amount of money and people have the anticipation of that, but then they have the anticipation that you're going to be on 24/7 because they're used to talking to guys while they're like sitting there and jerking off because they're available whenever. They're not performing and making fucking like scenes and things. Like you're jerking off to some guy. But nobody likes to like be told that. So like, okay, like I just started my website. Oh, look at this. We're doing a podcast.
Circle. Look
We're
at
doing
that.
a podcast. So I start the whole fucking header that I've been working on. It's feeling like a little bit of a labor of passion. We'll see how things go because I'm far too honest for my own good. I can't hire somebody to talk to people for me. Like unfortunately, I have shit grammar in my own capacity. And then when other people try to write or like discern who I am as a person, they're usually idiots. And like it drives me insane. Like I'm my own version of idiot, right? Like it's like my idiot is not perfect. So like how do you get that right level, and like anybody that's known me since fucking 2013 knows that like some person that's like, hey babe, that I would likely be talking shit to them if it was me saying the thing to them. Like, okay, we need to have like a nondescript term to speak to somebody that they don't necessarily want to give you their real name, but like I want them to tell me to call them babe because I'm going to use your name if I'm talking to you because like it's a like personal exchange and like this like I don't know. I hate OnlyFans.
Moral of the story, hate OnlyFans.
I hate OnlyFans. I just like it prescribes to like, I mean, fucking A, like let the AI take over for all these basic bitches and all these people that just like want to Like, they don't care about the fans. They don't care about the performers, the branding. Like, I don't know. Like, what does your voice sound like? I've had a couple of like OnlyFans managers where I'm like, look, your voice is really off and you're not like nailing it. I have a fucking book club, for fuck's sake. Like, know what I'm fucking like reading with my fucking book club. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, you need to like at least have a concept of what voice is. Like, that's too much work. And I'm like, stop speaking like you're speaking like on everybody else's fucking page. I'm like, I get it. Some guys are okay jerking off to some old dude like sitting in the corner and like texting them whatever they want to hear. But like, I don't know, some people actually want like an intimate human fucking connection. So if you like, let the AI take over that shit.
Does it get exhausting dealing with the fans?
No, I like my fans. Some of the people I just fucking block. Like, if I don't like them, I block them. There are some people that I get it. Like, you can't hate stupid. But you can hate exhausting individuals. There are some people that mean well. And it's like, it's where my ability to tolerate people. Right now, I'm not messaging people. If you can't tell with my spicy mood, I might be a little bit too honest. I had like a fun, like sexting, phone sex conversation, like morning, to start off Monday, and it was actually really nice. And I don't know. I just feel like fans like everybody is a person. They should be treated like people if they wanted to, or if they want really cheap jerking off to some random dude, it's fine.
The entitlement's wild from some of these fans. Hell, I am not a pornographer. I am not a performer. I had to deal with like one person's entitled fan this week, one person, and it was exhausting.
Oh yeah, well that's super easy. I just told them just shut the fuck up.
Oh no, I ended up blocking them, but it was insane. This person joined my Patreon to see the episode with Nina L in it.
Okay.
And apparently was not.
Do they pay for your alcohol?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh. Hello.
And the guy apparently was not satisfied with the video.
Of course not. Ugh.
And just because I didn't respond to him within under an hour because I wasn't in front of
How fucking dare you?
He's blowing up my DMs on Patreon, posting on like random other posts on Patreon, just talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to YouTube to call me a scam artist.
Of course, because God, people need therapy. If you're not seeing a therapist, I don't fucking trust you.
Well, and then I responded to the dude like, because his big complaint was like, "Oh, where's her tits?" And she did take her top off during the episode. Like,
you do nudity in here?
It happens.
I'm not doing nudity.
That's fine. You're not required.
I might go pee though.
If you want to, you can do that.
I'm not gonna do it on camera. There is nothing facilitating like urination here.
Oh no, I'm not. Please don't pee on camera. Please do not. Like, I like this rug. But I just give him I responded to the DM. I just ignored his craziness for a second, gave him the timestamp. Like, that's what you're looking for. It's right there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really respectful in the DMs for a second. And then I go get busy and don't respond to him. And he starts getting crazy in the comment section.
Greedy fucking bitches. These are the little bitches that these little like coward paper pushers listen to when they're like making comments on the fucking forums. And I'm like, think of how many people actually watched this video and they didn't say anything, but you're listening to the one little bitch that doesn't feel like this was passionate enough. And they're just always fucking mentioning something. So that this is like more towards porn itself, but like the one squeaky fucking wheel.
Well,
and I'm like, it just like fucking block them.
Oh, I ended up, but it was just exhausting to deal with one of those. I can only imagine what
many of these little bitches.
Yeah, I can only imagine what an actual performer has to deal with. Like, I'm one. Like, I had one.
Performers, if they had more balls to like have solid boundaries, like I get it, like you're like trying to sell a thing, and therefore you don't want to be disparaging to anybody. However, then you have to deal with this bullshit. If you had a good boundary,
I blocked him.
Yeah, but but performers put up with this bullshit all the time. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. And like, you didn't like that. And I'm like, I'm not fucking sorry. You didn't fucking like it. Did you fucking pay me for it? Shut the fuck up.
And in all honesty, if he'd come at me respectfully, I probably would have refunded his money.
Well, but like, he didn't come at you respectfully because there was no aspect of actually coming to you respectfully because you're like, no, her tits did come out.
Right. But if he'd just been like, this isn't what I was feeling with your Patreon. He went
to. Well, that's different. That's logical.
Right.
He just wanted Nina L's tits, and like you were like you gave it to him.
Yep. It's
Now
like,
you're making me feel like I should be pulling my titties out and not just bitching about contracts and things.
nudity is not required. Like,
Perfect.
you,
I wasn't told nudity was. What if like I had like crazy like man chest, like hair?
like this?
I don't.
I'm happy about that.
Hmm.
I'm sure someone would be into it, but I don't think it would be as mainstream commercially viable.
I should have brought chips with me.
Well, I'm happy you didn't, because crunching into the mic's fucking horrible.
I don't know. Maybe it was like an ASMR thing.
No, that's fucking horrible. Fucking horrible.
What if I was eating tacos? I'm hungry again.
Don't worry. This will be over soon and we can get you food.
I'll eat a candy. I might crunch on it.
I know.
I'm not going to crunch on it in the mic. Hang on. I want to find a fun color, though.
I brought back Japanese candies, and Jess is very entertained by them.
I'm so entertained. All of the Japanese food that you're posting, which I don't feel like you posted enough. I'm just going to fucking say it.
Well, sorry. I didn't want to be a hassle. You stopped responding to them, so I stopped sending them to you.
All right. And so I do have this annoying tendency to like live in the real world.
It's fine. I just didn't want.
I wanted to see them. I feel like that's where like just link me to your Dropbox and show it to me. So like when I'm like trying to have like my hunger moments of like, oh yeah, look at that food.
Well, yeah, like I didn't want to feel like I was harassing you or annoying you with it. So when you stop,
I gave you consent for that harassment, sir.
yes, but
I still want to see your food pictures.
but when
These are good. I'm not gonna crunch it here.
I appreciate that, but consent can be withdrawn as well. And when you stop responding, I just took it as, oh,
I just live life.
that's fine. We're communicating. We're figuring this out.
Yeah.
But in the moment,
Send me a Dropbox of your food.
okay, I'll
Can you even pick up me whispering? You can't, can you?
when I do the post work on it, it will make it really like
You'll hear the clicking of the candy on my teeth. And
it won't even be that. It's just for whatever reason, the leveler, when I have to boost the gain, has problems picking up.
what does gain mean?
So like the
No, because like I've been doing audio stuff, so like I need to know. I'm such an amateur when it comes to audio.
well, welcome to Audio Tips with Matt.
Welcome to Audio Tips with Matt.
So the gain is, imagine the sound is like a hose.
Mm-hmm.
Higher the gain is more flow of the sound. Like
Okay.
it's just more of it.
Okay.
Because what volume is boosting the existing signal, where gain is actually increasing the signal.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So like you're getting more of the thing
Yeah, you're getting
versus just more sound.
right instead of increasing the sound of what is there. Like
Okay.
they're similar, but they're not the same thing.
We're gonna have to go on a journey to get some street meat after this. Like
Okay.
you have to go with me.
Okay.
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 I don't do Hollywood by myself because
Okay.
it gets weird.
I may ask a favor of you in return.
What is the favor?
Want to help me shoot a commercial
What's the commercial?
from sponsors?
Yeah, well, yeah. Like what? Who?
Manscaped.
Oh, is that like the little? Zip, zip, zip?
Yeah.
I don't condone shaving hair.
Well, now you're the worst spokesperson ever to have for that product.
I love man hair. Like it offends me. Okay, there are some people that you do need to like trim it down because it gets bear-like. I don't know. I've even like I've encountered very hairy people and I've really enjoyed it.
Well, obviously, I have not trimmed all my body hair.
Don't trim it.
I
What the
wasn't-
fuck is wrong with you?
I wasn't planning on it.
Don't do it.
I wasn't planning on it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Although, if you like having your ass licked, it is mandatory to shave your fucking butthole.
I did trim my pubes with the lawnmower 4.0,
Ah.
but and like
Does it? Is it red and does it have a little like where it makes a sound when you turn it on?
no, it's just a fucking normal.
Son of a bitch! I really want it to look like a lawnmower.
No, that's just what they call it.
Okay, well, I do like the verbiage. So I'm not doing a good job with your ad.
It's okay. We were going to do this not as part of the podcast.
Oh, great. I like hairy men.
I was going to pitch it to you after we got off air, but now that we're negotiating on post podcast things,
Right.
we'll get you street meat, and then
Street meat.
I'll
Does that mean I get my street meat bought for me? If I'm going to do this,
yeah, I'll
advertisement?
buy your street meat for you.
Because I'm only going to leave the stipulation that the only time you should manscape is if you like it's a little aggressive. But even then, that's super relative. There was this one person that I hooked up with that had like their chest hair was so abundant. It was kind of like a shag rug, but it was like straight too. It wasn't like curly like pubes. And it was so conditioned and delicious. And like I just don't shave your body hair. Keep it.
Well, I wasn't planning on shaving my chest.
Don't do it. You don't have enough to do it.
I have plenty of chest hair.
Yes, but not enough to justify using more things to like.
Oh no, I wasn't planning to shave my
You
chest.
offend me.
Oh, I mustn't do that. This is the first time you've ever seen me without my shirt on,
That's valid.
and now you've decided that I'll offend
I
you.
just hate it when guys feel the need to wax their shit or like shave it. Like it just becomes stubbly. Like fucking condition it and have your fucking mane.
See, I will shave like the back of my neck and my shoulders because that's just weird. Like, because it's just like,
I like think trimming, but like you don't want it to be pokey either.
well, it's
Look at me and my vocal fry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Start talking about man hair and the vocal fry comes out.
Oh God, I just love men.
Well, the problem is my back hair is, I don't know who this is for, but this is happening. My back hair it doesn't come in thick. It's just like
Little patches.
little patches of long hairs. It's just like,
It's like you're like a what's the skin disease for dogs and
Vitiligo?
rats?
oh no.
Dogs and rats, like it's like they're all like patchy.
Yeah, it's just like,
There's a disease.
just called me a diseased rat on my own show.
Disease rat.
Thanks, Jess.
You're
Thanks.
so
Thanks. I appreciate you.
You're
Love you.
welcome.
Love you. Thank you.
I love you too.
Just called me a diseased rat on my own show. This is what I bring, guests on. Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers to insulting me and calling me a diseased rat. Yes.
It's a skin disease. It's something.
It's still a disease. If you have a skin disease, you are diseased.
Haven't you seen? You at least get a beard. I had my fiance and the ex after him like had such like weird patchy like faces. Like they would come out like all like pew, 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 pew. And it was such a shame because I love beards.
So as you're proving your demisexuality right now, it's just like, but I was intellectually stimulated by them, so
Hmm?
you were just proving.
Yeah, I'm a demisexual.
You're just proving it by being like,
Yeah, absolutely. Like I have like a physical type and like where it's like I see them I'm like yes. And
so what's your physical type? Besides hairy.
hairy, muscular. I like older. I like salt and pepper. Like it's funny, like younger guys for some reason offend me.
Their taste in music, probably.
It's possible actually. And it's possible. But like yeah, I love muscle. This is why I say I would be such a good gay man. Like I would love to go to a gay bathhouse and just like be so slutty. But I don't have the equipment.
I mean, it's 2023. You could just say you identify as a man and go, right?
I mean, but I'm a terrible liar, right?
You're playing a role. You're playing a role of Jessica the man today.
No, Jessica Daddy would be real.
Yeah. There you go. You're not lying. You're just.
That's true. It's true. I am a great big spoon. Like I'm a really good big spoon. It can offend people sometimes.
What's offensive about that?
Depending on how you feel about your masculinity.
Oh,
But I don't make you a sweaty if I'm big spoon. I'm just saying.
what? Oh my God, I'm gonna get offended by a woman wants to like be in contact with me. Oh my God, the most offensive thing ever. Oh my God.
Fragile masculinity.
Well, stop dating fucking fragile
It
dudes.
doesn't usually happen. We're not gonna go there.
I know.
We're not gonna go there. I keep on bringing it up.
I know.
What the fuck is wrong with me? We're not gonna go there.
I'm just saying.
Street meat.
Street meat.
Do you know? So I grew up in Arizona.
I'm sorry.
And I know, right? Actually, they're amazing. Like Arizona's outdoorness is beautiful. Like if there weren't people, I would love Arizona.
There's not that many people there.
It depends on where you're at.
Well, yeah, it's like the 3 population centers.
Yeah.
And then there's
like,
nothing.
I grew up in the Sonoran Desert, and there was this place called Guero Canelos. Fucking delicious. They have these hot dogs, or they call them the Sonoran dogs. Like they're like usually like hot dogs. Like I'm a hot dog connoisseur. Not just for porn, but like actual hot dogs. But you go to different locales and they'll have their way of doing hot dogs. Like LA's street meat is fucking delicious, but they don't wrap their hot dogs in bacon all the time. They sometimes do. Especially like if like I sit there and I drunkenly stare at the woman, I'm like, "Do you have bacon?" It's happened.
I feel like I'm going to see that later tonight.
Oh, you're gonna totally see it. This has been enough tequila. Um, I've stopped Uber rides because I smelled street meat, and yeah, I like hot dogs. But so Sonoran dogs, they are. It's been so long because I've avoided Arizona, but they like wrap it in like so they like do mayonnaise, bacon, so like extra fat, make it extra sizzly, and then do like I feel like there are beans like with the mayonnaise. There's mayonnaise, and then there's I don't know like jalapenos and all this shit that they put in and onions and everything. Fucking delicious. And like LA is a little bit more simple, but you can go to different locales and they'd have like their way of doing their hot dogs. And I find out every time I go somewhere new.
See, and I'm a hot dog snob.
Are you a hot dog snob? Street meat is so good though. Fuck off.
The quality of the dogs is just usually shit.
It's terrible unless you've had enough tequila, which I am near.
See, I went to Portillo's last night.
What's that?
Yo, you've never been to Portillo's? It's a hot dog connoisseur?
What? Tell me more. I mean, I just go out to fucking Hollywood and I find like random street meat. So like, I'm just gonna say.
So Portillo's is a Chicago hot dog chain.
But that's Chicago. That's not LA.
Right, there's one in Orange County.
But I'm not going down to Orange County.
Oh, I only do if I'm already there.
Okay, I'm not going down there tonight. I want a hot dog tonight.
Well, yeah, we'll get you a hot dog tonight. But I'm saying, I went to Portillo's, which imports their beef and dogs from Chicago.
But that's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Because it's not local. None of the things that come through here are local. It's like probably something that fell off a car, but it makes it more flavorful.
Yeah, and Vienna beef hot dogs are just better quality.
Yeah, I mean, like Hebrew nationals. I can say words except I'm putting lip stuff on me. Like those are pretty fucking stellar, and they do taste way better.
But they're not as good as Vienna beef.
I don't know if I've ever had Vienna beef.
Have you never got a hot dog while you're in Chicago, like for an Exotica or anything?
I ate steak.
Well, yeah, that's right across the street from the convention
Steak
center.
is really good.
Yeah, that's a good steakhouse.
Yeah, I like steak.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I don't think I've done hot dog in Chicago. I've gone to the like mini gyms out there.
Well, I mean, we're neighbors. I'll drag you down to Orange County.
Oh my god, can we do a field trip of some sort? Would you do Disneyland?
I guess.
That's a no.
I mean,
That's a no.
no. I would tell you no if it's a no.
Okay, but that was like the pitch at the end is like I'm so excited.
Oh no, I'm not. I really. I would let you drag me to Disney. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else is down in Orange County that would be fun.
Well, Knott's Berry Farm is right by Portillo's.
I've not done Knott's Berry.
I've never done Knott's either, and it's just one of those things with Disney. Like,
I won't crunch here.
I appreciate that. Disney's so fucking expensive for what it is.
I have a ticket that I was supposed to use last year. I don't know if I still have it. It was like $100-something.
Yeah, it's like over $200 a day with the SoCal pass.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's just like that
I
too.
want to go to Universal. Don't they have like some crazy like Mario Brothers?
Yeah, that just opened. I want to see that.
Oh my god, I would totally. But we're not going to Orange County for that then.
No.
But I would like. I don't know. Would you be Mario or would you be Luigi? Could I be Mario? Because I got the red hair.
Well, and you are shorter.
I am so short.
Oh.
But not with my boots.
I'm still quite a bit taller than you, even with your boots.
Are you sure? These are like quads.
I did hug you when you came in. Like I'm pretty sure I could measure where you came up to me when we hugged.
That made me realize how much pee I have in my bladder, and I gotta pee.
If you want to pee, we can pause for a second.
We can pause and go pee.
Yeah.
I want to go pee.
We'll go pee. And we're back. Jessica's bladder is empty.
Intermission.
Go get that popcorn.
I want popcorn.
Jesus, I should stop talking about food. I'm gonna have to like show you all these like food photos after we're done, and like
don't show me the food photos until there's food in front of me, because otherwise there's a problem.
Oh no,
I love food.
I could tell. I'm in another country in weird time zones. You're just like, show me more food.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure I can eat any of that, but show me more food.
Yeah, no. Like, so I have a really good friend of mine, other Matt, because I live near a particular dessert place where like I'll take them over there and like I can only have specific things, and then I will live vicariously through them and be like, order this, and tell me everything about it. I want like descriptions. Like it's like I can kind of understand people that have like these food fetishes is like where they want to watch people enjoy things. Like if you can't like eat the food, like I get it. So like yeah, I can't eat most things.
Is
But I
it
can eat straight meat.
is it one of those things where like it'll make you uncomfortable or kill you?
I like not kill me, but like I'm not gonna feel great, and I think that it'll probably shorten my life if I like keep on like eating things that I'm allergic to. And I imagine that kind of inflammation is not really ideal for like longevity.
Yeah, but according to Dennis Leary, those are the shit years.
I don't know. Like I would prefer not to have to replace organs and things like before like I die. I feel like that's like what usually happens if you keep on consuming things that are
Oh,
problematic.
I want shiny new organs all the time. Come on.
But you don't get shiny new organs. You just get them removed and
If
then
you harvest them yourself, you do.
I think you're
Well, duh. Duh.
crazy.
You've known me for quite some time. Like, you're just coming to that realization?
I suppose that I understood you far too much, which would probably signify that yes, you are crazy.
Just saying. Just
These little fucking candies are good.
harvesting organs is honestly the only reason to have children. Because then you get genetically...
No, but no, that's not true. It depends on your partner. Like who, like, you know, like what kind of blood type comes out.
Just make more and give away the ones that aren't compatible.
Well, like I'm an O positive, so like I'm the universal donor.
Well, there you go.
But I'm also like allergic to life, so like my body would be more likely to like react to things.
I'm just saying. It's a good reason. You just keep making them until you find one that's compatible.
That's terrible. I fucking hate children. I'm just gonna be honest. Like they're so annoying. Like they're super cute for like a hot second, and then like then they just are. They're.
See, this is why I'm being a cool uncle.
Mm.
Like, I'm cool with my sister's kid. Because, hopefully...
You can give it away.
Well, yeah, and also hopefully, like, when it comes time for someone to have to make life decisions about me, she'll be cool. She won't put me in a full-on crooked home.
No, who knows? My sister is convinced that if I like was to talk to my nieces, that they might like know something other than their dreams of being social workers, and then therefore they would change their decisions on who they were going to be because they met me.
So what you're saying, your sister's afraid of you taking them out of poverty?
Yeah.
Because social workers ain't rich.
But I could talk to her, not her daughters. But that's like here's the dark side. And I was like, it's cool. I don't really have to talk to you. I only want to talk to your daughters because they aren't like they're not terrible people yet, but they are being raised by you. I genuinely hate people.
Well, the nice thing is, horrible people generally create good artists.
What do you mean create good artists?
Trauma generally brings out...
Oh, dude, can we like stop traumatizing each other? Like, granted, like my art comes from like me being super like whatever, but like, can we just stop?
I don't think people are doing it intentionally.
Punch my drink.
I don't think people are doing it intentionally.
I don't know. There are some people that are like they're pretty intentional with their like shit ass actions.
Fair, but I think in a lot of cases, it's just trauma rolling downhill. It's
Yeah, I mean it's like the whole concept of like breaking free of your what the fuck
generational trauma.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Part of the reason I'm not having kids, like, because I don't think I'd be good at the job.
Or maybe like you would actually be better at it because you're aware, but like who knows? Because like when you're sleep deprived and like tortured by some stupid little thing that's like not formed. Like I know when I was a kid, I was a fucking idiot.
Oh, and I was high fucking maintenance as a child.
I mean, I'm high maintenance now.
And there's only space for one person to be high maintenance in this relationship.
I'm pretty accommodating to people.
Because they're not screaming.
Yeah, just don't scream. Like the screamers, like I just don't get it. Like, stab me in the ear holes. But I like metal.
Yeah, but that's a choice of entertainment and not keeping you from sleeping.
It's the high pitchedness. Like pop music, fuck off. We're
I
gonna
don't-
have to hunt for street meat.
Yeah, hopefully the nightclub that's nearby.
Well, like it's too early for that fucking shit. Sometimes they don't open until later. However, like when we go near the Star Walk, it's a little bit ways though.
Yeah,
God damn it.
I mean, we can always order something in too.
They don't have street meat to order.
I mean, there's other things.
There are other things. This is valid. This is valid, actually.
There's a pretty rad taco truck not too far too.
There's good food around here.
There is.
I'll not be fixated on hot dogs.
I don't believe you. As for the audio audience, she just bit her lower lip.
I'm a hot dog connoisseur. maybe
Yeah.
that should be like my thing. Is I'm a hot dog connoisseur.
But you've never had a Chicago style hot dog, which is so wild to me.
I don't think I have.
So wild.
We're gonna have to make it happen.
Oh yeah.
Like, can we like make a specific food trip? But we like there would be nice. It would be nice if there was something else that coincided with it to like. Although it's a long enough drive, we could drive down there and get a hot dog and then come back.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's Buena Park, so
Is
it's
there like a garden or something down there? So we're like, look, it's pretty.
maybe.
All right, come on. Let's think of it. Let's think of a trip. Let's make this happen.
Okay.
Okay, because I would be super down. Granted, I am I'm not a crazy person. I'm allergic to the world,
Okay.
so I can't do the bun. I'm like, do you want me to list off my
Sure.
allergies? This is always fun when I'm shooting with a scene partner because I'm like, I bring toothbrushes with me and like floss and stuff.
Okay.
'Cause I'm allergic to gluten, dairy, nuts, tomato, shrimp, and salmon. There's probably something else in there. But that's a lot of things. That's like life.
That's a lot of things.
That's a life. Like, I mean, it's life. I can do rice and meat, but not all meats. I can do pistachios and cashews at the time being.
You're just afraid that's going to go away at some point?
Yeah, I have EpiPens. But, yeah.
But it's just salmon and shrimp?
Well, so I'll get like contact dermatitis with breaking crab. The crab is so delicious. And so like my crab years, like the years of eating crab, I was up in wine country and drinking a lot. So I don't know like how my system responds to just crab on its own. Cause I know like, like if you drink a shit ton of wine, you're just like generally your stomach's not going to be super happy. So I don't know like if like, I don't know. But also, like, my hands will, like, break out. But if people, like, break the crab for me, because I'm a fancy little bitch and I need somebody to break the crab for me, then I can eat it.
See, this is why Jessica loves muscular men, so they could break the crab for her.
I need muscular men to break my crab.
That sounded like a euphemism for something.
Yeah. Everything's a euphemism in my life. 'Cause sex is always on the mind. God damn it.
Luckily, you're in the right industry for such things.
I'm a demisexual and I find most people to be quite repulsive, but I'm an exhibitionist as well, so. And a capitalist.
Well, you're in the right business for it.
You know how many people don't enjoy sex even on an exhibitionist level?
I don't think I've ever.
You're not going to know because they're so fucking good at faking it.
Well, it's also like, I'm not an exhibitionist. Like, so I've never had I've had sex.
I don't know, but I'm saying within the adult industry. Like, I've, like, worked with directors that I know. I'm, like, in a scene with a usually female performer. There are guys, like, that, like, yeah. They're, like, so, female performer, fake as shit, the whole fucking scene. And then afterward, I'm like, dude, did you notice? They're like, what? Because, like, I mean, like, I appreciate guys that, like, shoot women and appreciate women. And, like, they're not like, oh, this bitch, or, like, is she on drugs? Like, there's, like, variations of, like, expecting, like, really shitty days. And the guys that are just super enamored and having a great time and shooting this stuff is really fucking cool. But then at the same time as me as a performer and this bitch is being super fake and she just wants to pretend she's fucking orgasming. It fucking drives me insane. And then they don't even notice because they're fucking guys that actually enjoy women and they don't catch the cues that it's fake. It kills me.
In an ideal world, if I'm having sex with someone, and they're not having their best time, they'd say something because it's not on camera.
Yeah, but like, let's talk about social like indoctrination of like you don't want to be like that's not the word, but I'm just gonna roll with the word. Um um that like you're not supposed to like say you don't enjoy things and like I don't know, maybe you enjoy it enough because the person you like that like they're enjoying themselves.
Well, but that by that mentality, you are enjoying it.
Yeah, but like it's not necessarily like good sex then.
I'm not saying you necessarily try to make corrective measures in the moment, but you should,
Enjoy it.
well, yeah, but after the fact, you're like,
Bitches are fake. Bitches are so fake.
well, and the
This is why I have a struggle of like I want to date women because like men are so fucking frustrating. I really want to date women, but I can't fucking read them because they're used to bullshitting everybody.
well, and the fucked part is, as a dude, a lot of times, like, I've heard from women like, oh, if he asked me if,
Putting over here.
appreciate that, if he has to ask me if I had a good time, like, that's some weak shit. I'm like, that's fucked.
No, like I've like been in scenes and like things with people that like are not.
But I'm talking real. I'm
responsive?
talking real life. Like,
No, but scenes even. You're supposed to be performative.
yeah,
And they're just like laying there. And I'm like, okay, like this doesn't feel good. Like that comes off rapey. But I had some bitch. I'm not gonna say the names. A producer where after shooting the very first scene, I was there for like a couple of scenes for the day. Like after like making myself come, she like stopped the camera. She was like, "Okay, let's be honest. That was fake as fuck." And I'm like, after coming, I'm just like, I just look at her. I'm like, I'm sorry, my orgasm wasn't sufficient for you. And this bitch like walked off and she was like, repeated herself. And he was just like, who the fuck calls somebody out for having a fake fucking orgasm? Like, okay, there are some people that are like out there that like they really need to dial it back. But like, that's not how you do it.
No.
And like, and also like, don't police how I orgasm. Like,
Well,
I'll fucking punch you in the face
not my face.
with my voice.
Not my face. I need that.
My Arizona comes out quickly when things get threatening.
Well, and like, there's ways to essentially deliver notes, and that's not it.
Yeah, and I've been on set when I've like heard like fake performers where they're like getting really like outlandish, and you're like, chill it the fuck out, and, like make it believable. But I don't know, like everybody comes different. If you're used to coming in an apartment with other people, like being in the other room, like I get it, you're gonna be quiet while you fuck. But like we're in porn.
Not necessarily.
It's true. Actually, 2020, when I moved back down to LA. So I had did we fuck before? We might have fucked before. So I had a friend of mine who I met like up at another friend's of mine, blah 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 blah. So I had a friend of mine down here when I left my ex. I was like 2020, like I was gonna have to be isolating because pandemic. And I had a friend down here that had already caught COVID. And I'm like, well, the likelihood of them having immunity, I'm going to be coming from like the Bay Area. And then coming down and like I'm going to have to stop at gas stations. We didn't know how like transmittable things were and like how they were transmitting. So I'm like, do I pee on the fucking side of the road? What do I fucking do? So I'm like, I knew this friend of mine had COVID before. And so I was like, okay, can I like be at your place before I go to the place that I was going to be living at and renting a room out of? And of course it's because I wanted to fuck him. And so I go over there, like drive down, dun, 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 and like it's funny because they were like, I don't know how to receive you. Like I knew you were ending a long-term relationship, and I'm like, I like sex. So it turned into this like wild thing, and then they had a neighbor that was also a friend of mine And we became very good friends. And 2020, everybody's home, and we're having this like wild like menage a trois, like this whole like I think I was there for like a week or 2 weeks, and like it was like Burning Man in Hollywood, and it was stupid, but it was a lot of fun. I haven't actually spoken to them for a while. They party too much. But but so like I like speaking of neighbors, they had all these neighbors and everybody's home because it's the fucking pandemic and everybody's sheltering in place. And there was some wild sex that happened and we heard all about it. But it was a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I used to come very quietly. My very first penthouse shoot, they were like, "Can you tell us when you're coming?" Which I still struggle with. Because I still struggle with that. Because when I'm actually coming, if I have to say something, it's going to ruin my orgasm. It's going to fucking ruin it. I almost had somebody today on, like, when I was, like, phone sexing. I had, like, a hot little steamy phone sex thing. I only do phone sex when I'm able to, like, actually fuck myself at home. Like, just because I can't. I'm terrible. So I'm, like, fucking myself, and this guy is sitting there, like, "Yeah, get it. Like fucking come for me." He wasn't so aggressive, but I'm just gonna say it like that because I don't want anybody to discern, including him, who I'm talking about. And so he kept on fucking talking to me, so I had to pull him away from my ear, like when I'm trying to fucking orgasm, because I'm like, I actually really want to orgasm, and you're fucking ruining it. Which I have put my hand over men's mouths because they were ruining my orgasm. They weren't shutting the fuck up. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Pro tip: don't talk to Jessica while she's trying to get off.
There are certain ways to talk to me, and there are certain ways not to. And I am picky.
It's your life. You should be.
Yeah.
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 Well, the chances are that, like, if I'm fucking you, and like it's not like where like I'm being paid well to be present. I'm a capitalist and an exhibitionist, guys. Meanwhile, good luck trying to fuck me. If I'm not being paid well to be present, usually you pass the test. Like usually that guy that I came down to, if I say the things and he like sees the things, he'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
I think you've already given a lot of.
I've given enough information. I know, but he sings when he comes, and it threw me off many times.
What does he sing?
He's like, it's almost like operatic the way he comes. Like it's like hurrah, and like which like if you like ever come and you have like you like hook into your vocal cords and your diaphragm when you're coming, it actually makes the orgasm amazing. But like coming from a guy, I never experienced that, so it took me out of the moment. Like it eventually got like more like normal, but like it's still like on top of his vocal cords. And like that's like those disconcerting like orgasms. And then they're like, I don't know, like it would be nice if guys were just comfortable with making a little bit of sound or like whatever sound came out, like the it's like it's your grunting. It's okay, dude. But then the guys try to stifle it back. They're like it's really uncomfortable. You're like, just fucking come, it's okay. You're making faces. We should order food.
All right, well, we can wrap this motherfucker up.
Oh.
Call last call.
I have fucked many mothers.
I've fucked a couple.
Have you?
Yeah.
Many people are very upset that I hate children. And I go by MILF, but they make it classify it by like fucking like age. And then I have production houses that are upset and they're like, "You're a MILF." And I'm like, I don't actually have children. Like I'm diverse. Like I have a diverse portfolio.
Many MILFs do not have children.
Yeah, they just bullshit that shit. I don't know where I'm gonna go with that. I want food.
All right, well, we're going to call last call so we can get off camera.
Last call.
Jessica Ryan, where can they find you on the things?
Oh, on the things. Okay, the best place to go to is the website because it's Central Hub, cultofjess.com. You can find me, Twitter will be the easiest, is Love Jessica Ryan. And then my Instagram doesn't make any sense. It comes from my live journal days because I've been deleted so many times. And like I had a live journal called Rose of Apathy, and that's my new live journal because I don't give a fuck anymore about fucking Instagram. If you notice, I don't really post on there that much. And then because I've been deleted too many times. I have a book club, but you gotta like follow the invite because it's Discord and I don't like people. So you gotta just like go through my shit. And I hate TikTok, but I have one, but I don't know what the fuck it is because I just can't do the copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. I'll do it eventually. I'm a capitalist whore. Find me, cultofjust.com.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Jessica, it's a pleasure. Thank you. And as always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. and Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt F. and Slayer. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. You can find the Patreon with the video versions, a week early exclusive content at patreon.com/Matt Slayer. And until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
I'm gonna be starting Twitch because I want to play games.